so it's gonna be fun. But so I'm gonna try to get all the information out if I get anything. We're also videoing the parent meeting as well, so you can look back on it. Where are we gonna post it at? YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube. You can go to YouTube and find it, all that good stuff. So, okay, so the schedule for me, I like to make things pretty much tailored to school. And so I know the kids are gonna have track, they're gonna have baseball, they're gonna have all these things. And so we try to kind of compress things to the point to where we can get their games in, we can get our tournaments in, and then they can get back to school, because if we kind of run into coinciding with practices and school functions, that's not a good thing. And so that's why our schedule is kind of compressed. Typically we do 5 tournaments, generally. I try to make them as close as possible. My perception is, and this is mine, that I don't need to go travel to California to go take my kids to go play. And also that saves gas money, that saves a lot of different things for our parents. So for me, I'll try to find tournaments around the area. If we have to go as far as St. Louis or Kansas City to play, okay, we can do that. But my thing, I typically try to find things around here. I'm all about really big on development. So my thing is that I don't want to go put you in something that you're really not ready for, and we have to go back and recalibrate and come all the way back home 8-9 hours away to kind of figure it out. So all of our schedules are, I always say, parent friendly. Their first tournament is in Centralia. It's on the 15th and 16th. It's a really good tournament. In that tournament, they have, well, not per se all tournament team, but they have MVP. They have a lot of different things that the guy offers. He's a really great guy. His name's Richard. He's treated us good for the past 2 or 3 years. He's willing to take, I think maybe about 3 months ago, he asked me what age groups I was having, and he said, Coach, whatever age groups you're having, we're gonna do that. So on the 15th and 16th. So on the 22nd, we'll be in Jeff City. That's a one-day tournament. One-day tournaments for me are the best, because we can get in and get done. When you have a long tournament over the weekend, it gets very long for the parents, it gets very long for the kids. So kind of hearing by the end, everybody's just kind of dragging and trying to make it, especially me. So I try to find as many one-days as possible. On February 28th, we have Hoop It Up. That's a 3-day, but that's here in Columbia.
That's Show Me State.
Show Me State games, but yeah, okay. And on March 14th, we have the Shamrock Shootout. That's in Jeff City as well, and that's a 1-day. And last but not least, we have Missouri State Championship. My expectation in the tournament that we're playing in, if you place first or second, you get to, you automatically have a bid to be in the Missouri State Championships. I'm pretty much saying with what I've seen over the past week or so, all of our teams are going to be in it. So for me, prepare to be in the Missouri State Championship, because that's kind of the expectation for me. Our last practice dates will be the 2nd and the 4th. That kind of starts running into high school time. So what we do, we kind of shut it down, and we'll be just going to tournaments at that point. We'll have 2 tournaments. We'll have the Missouri State Championships, where we may have like a walkthrough, and that'll be something that I'll figure out kind of before. And then that week before, that'll be a gap week. So we have a 2-week gap week where there's kind of no practice, but right before we go play, we'll have a walkthrough. Okay, because by that time, the kids are pretty much like, practice is just about going in, getting drills in, getting better, then getting out. Also as well, I wanted to introduce all you guys to Devin Griffin. Devin is a great trainer. He's worked with my son. He also works with the Columbia Phenom in our ladies program, which is an amazing program. For me, my overall perception of my program changed when I talked to him. And he gave me a lot of great ideas on how to handle things within your program, and I used it and I ran with it. Like at first, my perception was I was gonna cut my grades off. I wasn't gonna do high school. I wasn't gonna really go that route. I was just gonna shut it down in 8th grade. He kind of pushed that lingo of, hey man, you can go further than that, but you gotta have kind of a plan. And so for me, everything started to materialize, and I was like, you know what, I think I can actually do this. Like, I can kind of make this happen. And so, as things kind of went on, we got a lot of interest from a lot of kids, a lot of parents, and overall, our team is, and the interest in it is really high right now, and that's a great thing. Typically, we have about maybe 10, 15 kids per team that kind of come out. This year, we had over how many?
We had about
33 kids, and I was fielding calls today from probably about 10 or 15 more kids. So the interest is very high, and I'm very excited about that. So, but I'm gonna let Devin maybe talk to you guys a minute, kind of let you know about him. He will be training our kids. He will be with them for the next month. We have training days where he will be working on them with skills. Also, we have fitness and conditioning, which our coaches will be leading that with our players as well, and it'll be every Monday. And so we'll go through the calendar and I'll show you guys that. So I'll let Devin take it away.
So I'll be pretty quick, and I want to start off just by passing these cards around. Our website information is on it, so you can go and check that out. So like you said, I'm Devin Griffin. If you don't know me, I went to Columbia College, had a pretty successful career while I was there, and since then, pretty much just got into training and teaching kids and helping them get scholarships. So the number one thing we want to do is player development and build character. They at a young age right now, all y'all kids still in middle school, so we're not really gonna focus on scholarship. We're gonna focus on really helping them reach their full potential. And that's the number one thing that I want to do: teach them the game, help them get as good as they can, and make sure they have a whole lot of fun. So as he said, I'll be here starting every Monday in February, all the way through, I guess, the first week of March. And I'll be giving them drills that they can take home and do, as well as things, just keep them good, keep them progressive. And you can all reach out to me. There's my numbers on the card, my website information. If you have social media, my social media information all on the card. See what we do, and we want to see our kids be the best they can be. All right?
Okay. Any questions? You might have any questions? Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Also, just to let everyone know, there's a lot of people that do a lot of things. I was doing this by myself. I think we're a program we've been running for about 4 years. Me and my wife have done pretty much everything. So we have late nights, we have arguments about what needs to happen, how we need to do this. This is the first year where I think I've assimilated a great team. I'm a guy, I'm really big on family, and I'm not gonna invite you into something that I don't think you're a good person and you care about kids. So I work in the school system, that's really big to me. So if it's about anything besides the kids, probably not gonna have the Emma program. Probably not gonna happen. Probably not gonna have the Emma program. And so everybody that's involved with us is committed. I got their names on here, it kind of in random order. This is my wife Tiffany, AKA Big Boss, I'm Little Boss. We have Nicole, and Tyrone Nixon. They're over our social media. They do a great job at really pumping our kids. I came up with the idea last night of kind of introducing everybody in a certain way and kind of making a big splash. And I got the idea kind of from the All-Star game. So really, like in 5 minutes, I told my wife we got here. They said, "Oh, we're gonna do that," and we did it last night. So that's why it took us a little bit longer. Music and we put names, and names weren't going right, but we just kind of figured it out, and it was a really big hit. Like this morning, we have over 206 views, 220, 230 views. So it's crazy. And so for me, I'm really big on publicizing all my kids. So it's not just one kid, it's everybody. We want to give everybody an opportunity to be seen, everybody an opportunity to be looked at. We're also going to be working on mixtape for kids. We're going to try to do a team mixtape to where we can post it and put it on YouTube where kids can get seen and get opportunities, and maybe somebody kind of stroll across and they kind of see a couple kids where, oh man, who's that kid? What program is that in? To give them multiple opportunities. My big goal, and I'm kind of skipping because I'm kind of very passionate about it, is that I would love to have an academy to where no kids have to pay anything. Right now, I've ran my program pretty much on pennies and dollars. After this weekend, and I'm not afraid to say it, that after this weekend, after we pay for our tournaments in Jeff City, I was gonna have $17 in the bank account. Simply because some parents have not paid, but I still let their kids play because I just got that type of heart and I just cannot turn kids away. But at the same time too, these great people I'm with now, they're like, Coach, if you want this thing to be long term, we got to figure out some things here. So the plan has kind of changed a little bit, and I think I've heard of parents paying $1,000, over $1,000, $700, $800, and I'm not really big on that because I don't really come from a lot of money. I know when somebody shoots me a price like that, and then it's my light bill, it's my gas bill gotta be paid, I'm be like, I'm not paying that. So I'm sorry, you better make a team in school. But I know that there has to be some cost. It has to be in order for us to survive, in order for me to pay great people to come in, like a trainer like Devin, to have for our kids to have the top-notch equipment, things like that. Like, I have to have that. But my long term is I want to grow us to be a non-for-profit and to have an academy for our boys, have tutoring, have so many opportunities for them to not only develop but also go to in our community as well. So for me, that's what I'm big on. Like, that's my end goal. Right now, this is the start. So it's not just about basketball for me. It's about development. It's about giving kids an opportunity no matter what background they come from. And that's what I'm passionate about. And so I'm hoping that with support of not only the community, but there's a lot of people who have found out about me that are really interested in us right now. We actually, I'll pull up here in a minute, we actually have a sponsor. I had a meeting with a sponsor this week, and we sat down, me, my wife, and my friends, we sat down with the sponsor and kind of let them know kind of about our organization and what we were doing. And so for Pub and how we could kind of help them, we're like, we can put this on Twitter, we can put this on Facebook, and the guy's like, so what about the kids? I go, I could talk about the kids. Within 3 to 4 minutes, we're gonna do it. We'll write you a check on Friday. And for me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, the cause of the reason why we're doing this is what he's interested in. It doesn't matter, of course it's business and you wanna have some type of luxury way, which we have great perks for you parents with our sponsorship, which is Conquest Automotive. They have donated $3,000 to our program, and they are paying for every kid in our program's jerseys. Everyone. So everyone gets new jerseys. First time that's ever been able to happen. I got jerseys that got different colors, different numbers peeling off, because I have the kids to come in at the end of the session. But this is the first time that everybody's gonna have something brand new. And I'm really, really excited about that. And the jerseys look good. We'll pull them up here in a minute. They look great. Kids are gonna love them. I like them, man. They look really, really good. But that's one perk. But also, we were being followed by I forgot the guy's name. I gotta look it up on my phone. A guy that's connected to ABC News. And I've been feeling really, really good lately. As in like the energy, if my friends know, people kind of know me. 6 months ago, I had a little bit of a health scare. So 6 months ago, this was not possible. I was really looking forward to I was kind of thinking about shutting it down. Had seen over 20, 30 doctors. My doctor's bills are probably over, we ain't gonna talk about it, pretty high. But I finally got myself together to where my health is great. And so my energy has been great. And so I've been not caring about, I'll talk to anybody about my kids and about what I want to do. And I seen this guy following us, and I mentioned him back about opportunities for our kids to be able to get them exposure. Within maybe a 10 to 15 minute span, he contacted me back. He goes, I like your cause. I'm gonna talk to my boss. And I go, what? And even him considering it, messaging me back and saying that I would talk to my boss about giving you guys an opportunity in your program to be seen in your kids. That to me is by far one of the greatest things I could have heard. Even if it doesn't happen, what I'm understanding is that people are really interested in a cause they have kids, and that for me is a big deal. And I was really happy about that. I was walking through work yesterday, I work at Ben Elementary, and I was literally, I go, I'm so happy, I don't know what to do. I'm just walking around school, people are just telling me, what are you smiling about? I go, I don't know, all this good stuff is happening, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So that's kind of my spiel on kind of how a transition has happened, how we've gotten support from people in the community, and we even got a lot of interested people that want to kind of find out our cause as well. So as we grow and we ask that your kids and you guys grow with us, that we hope that we transition it into something that's a lot bigger, that's a lot positive, that can reach a lot more kids. Because right now, basketball is our avenue, but we hope to achieve a lot more than that, definitely. Yeah, well, you got to pull it up? Okay. Also, hopefully we give out our TNT email so people can stop going on my email. I'm gonna be looking into getting a basketball phone because I'm tired of people calling my personal number. My phone doesn't stop. So I'll be looking into kind of getting that done here pretty soon. This is a mock of the jersey that we made up. I kind of worked on it this summer. It was only going to be for our high school initially, but my buddy and I, we were talking. He goes, "Why not give every kid that? Why not? Why every kid can't have the opportunity to have that?" And I go, but it's middle school. The middle school is like red and black, and that they can be different. He goes, "No, but everybody look good, all of them." I go, "You know what? Okay then, let's do it." And so these jerseys are reversible. So you're not seeing two different sets of jerseys. You're seeing one that's just flipped, as you can see in the back, it's white. So to me, I like to, like I said, I always like to cut costs. And reversible definitely works. And I just think they look really good. They look really, really good. And I hope, like I said, I hope that we get everything in to where we can get them here for the kids, and we can have them for the tournament. Our first tournament coming up. So, also, can you bring up the team store back?
Is a link in this?
I don't. You can go to my email if you want and try and pull it up, or you can send it from my phone. We also have a parent store. It's okay. We also have a parent store that you guys can go to that has all the apparel. Everything is optional. You don't have to buy anything. We have backpacks. We have. These are actually the kids want more hoodies, but I kind of liked it. We have different. We have cotton. We have these. We have T-shirts. We have tank tops. We have so many different variety of things. And also we'll be adding socks as well to the website as well. So what happens is that they open this store today, and we're gonna send a link out to everyone. And it's a 2-week period where you can order, and after a 2-week period, they shut it down. So then when your orders come in, they'll call you, which is our amazing place that we order things is from Redware. They'll call you over and say, "Hey, all your stuff's in, can you come pick it up? You know, what time, this and that." So that makes it easier, and that kind of takes it out of our hands, because we were having to do all that stuff, and it was very hectic. So that's one quick stop. If you want something after that, I found out with my younger parents is that if you want stuff after the store is closed, there's a like $5 to $10 charge per item.
Yeah, so this is a store. So as you can see, we have T-shirts, those are the colors, white, there's polos if you want them, tank tops, pants, shorts for the boys. There's gonna be socks
And if you go to the icon, there's 2 different colors. It's
yeah,
not the,
so
it's not
the
the.
black pack comes in black too. So you just add black. So you just go to the website, add your item to your cart, and then you just check out. It has all that, and then they call you when it's ready.
So pretty easy, pretty cut. Okay. So got that done. Okay. So we definitely talked about the mixtape. We talked about the things like that. We talked about what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys a quick outlook on the summer. As far as where we're at. I'm good. I look on the summer what we want to do. Can you bring up the our summer is going to be May, June. I've done this thing for over 2-3 years, 4 years, and when you play basketball deep into July, it kind of cuts into vacation time. And as I say, I'm very much family friendly. And so I want to make sure that we're able to give our kids an opportunity to be able to vacation and spend time with his family. Usually in June, I got to call players to come in. July, I got to call players to come in. So when summer school basically is over, that's when our season is basically over.
This is in the summer.
We will, I give everybody the option. We're gonna pay for a tournament. Everybody gets 5, but we're gonna pay for a tournament in July. It's the Midwest National Championship. If kids want to play and we get enough confirmation, we're gonna pay for that on our own dime to give that back to our team. So if players wanna do that, kids wanna get together, they wanna play in that tournament, we're more than willing to pay for that and get guys together to do that as well.
I don't have this.
You don't have it? Eddie? Summer? You don't have summer? Just send it from my phone. Send it from my phone. So, yes. May and June, our tournaments go. I think we go to, I want to kind of hit on the recruit, next up, Recruit Hoops League. Our high school right now is playing in that league. They are going to it's sponsored through Larry Hughes and his foundation. He's an ex-NBA player. They sponsor all these showcases where if you go to the showcases, the kids can get invited to the camp. And so you don't necessarily have to play in the league. You can just play in the showcase and you can get invited. So that's a good thing. I usually don't put my kids into anything like that into high school because I don't want to like push them too early. But this year, our 8th grade, the first tournament that we have, they're doing a showcase here in Columbia. So it's home base. So we're actually our first tournament in Columbia is going to be with them in that showcase. Also, all the rest of our tournaments during that time are in like Jeff City, Columbia. I think we have one that's in St. Louis that is really neat one where they do all tournament team, they do the MVP, they do all that stuff. And lastly, we always do Branson. And that's the last one that we do. Branson is really good for the kids, it's really great for the families. And like I said, I'm really big on family and having fun. All of our teams are gonna be playing that one. And that'll be the last one that we do. So, okay, yeah, so all of our teams are gonna play, and it's like, this is 6th, 7th, and 8th, but all of our teams are playing. We got Columbia, we got St. Louis, we got Moberly, we got Jeff City, and then we have Branson. And that's how the summer looks. So, for me, I wanna give you guys an outlook on if your kids, I know some kids play baseball, they do other things, and if they can't do, but if they can, I'm giving you an outlook now on what that would look like then. So you can be like, oh, well, maybe we can make that work, maybe we can't make it work, because I know that if you're planning a trip or a family trip, it's good to know things now. If it's a situation to where we're popping stuff on you right when we start making the teams in the summer, and you're like, we can't do this, it's not gonna work. I wanna try to give every kid an opportunity, and so hopefully if the schedules are flexible and it works for you guys, we can make that happen. I do know our 8th grade guys will be going to be freshmen, so they're doing a lot of high school stuff.
In June. Like
in June, so it won't be as much practice, but we will have tournaments. And if you've been in our program before, we'll still do the training. We'll do our training, but once our system's in, that's it. Like I don't need to draw 50 million plays. It's just about playing basketball. It's about development and getting it better, and then we go play. So if they got school stuff going on, hey coach, we can't make it to practice. He got football practice. He got this going. Okay, I understand. Make sure he makes it to our next event. Just give me the schedule. We'll work it out. And I know our kids are going to be going to Rockbridge. They're going to Hickman. They're going to Battle. So I have a lot of different schedules, and that's okay. So if you can't make it for a school activity, I'm fine with that. Okay, school comes first. I am okay with that. So, so just make sure you kind of keep that in mind. Okay. But next year, can you pull up the league schedule? Next year when our kids go to high school, and it should give you kind of a perception on what we're doing. In high school, you do what's called elite. You have elite teams, and then you have a select team. I'm very big on not leaving any of my guys behind. regardless of where your talent level is. I'm big on developing you and kind of getting you to that point. So what happens is that you have your elite team, is your guys are kind of your top tier at the top there, but then you have your guys that kind of at the bottom that need to get there. And so if they work and they get there, then you can push them in the echelon. I would love to have 2 elite teams, but I know that sometimes we don't get the top tier at the top already and ready. Kids have to develop, and once they develop, then they can get there. Because it's kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say pecking order, it's kind of a line. You know, you got guys that are already there right now, but this kid at the back of the line can move all the way up to the front. So you want to make sure that you're giving that kid exposure and opportunity too. So our elite schedule goes, and the league that we said that we're playing in, we start out in Kansas City. We play in a lot of high exposure events. So that, like the EYBL, those places play in certain areas. These tournaments that we'll be playing in will be in those areas. So for my high school guys, when they're playing, that's an opportunity for a coach to walk in the building and see him. And so for me, that's all I want. That's all I want, is just to give the kid an opportunity for a coach to walk in and kind of see him. And so both teams get that opportunity. Both teams get that opportunity. Where you see both, that's where not only the elite team is playing, but the select team is playing as well. So we have Kansas, the Kansas City Classic is a really good one. MoCan, St. Louis Eagles, all those teams playing those tournaments. Our team's going to be in that. Then we still play in our league. That's going to be in Iowa. And then we go June, where we're playing in Atlanta, where Peach Jam is. Will be in that area. We'll be playing too. So all of our kids are going to get that opportunity. So we'll be traveling all over. But if you can see, I'm still a homebody. I'm still a homebody. We got Jeff City. We got Kansas. We got Iowa, which is only 3 hours away. We got Atlanta, which is our longest one. And guess what we in with? Jeff City. So I've tailored the schedule again to give our kids high exposure events, but we can still not be out of a buck, getting our kids those opportunities. And like I said, that's kind of what I'm about. So this is their schedule. Not to say next year they might kind of swap some of the events around, but this is the model that I'm going to try and follow to get our kids. And once we start kind of breaking down boundaries, the leagues and showcases will probably change, because what'll happen is our teams will start getting invited to showcases. And so when they start getting invited, they kind of tear up. So we'll go to the next one, then we'll go to the next one. And so the end of this, what we hope is we get invited to the EYBL. It would be an amazing feat for us to be in a program like that and be a part of that. That's what I would hope, and that's a dream. So all of this is the beginning. This is what I've worked on this summer. This is what I've worked on throughout the year. Even when I was sick, I probably looked at this on my computer every day since this summer. Just trying to tailor and make it work for the kids, make it work for the parents, and this is the best I can come up with. And I am coaching, and I'm just gonna tell everybody this, I am the coach. I will be head coach of one team, but I assistant coach on every one of my teams. So I am visible on the bench with every one of my teams. So not only will my coaches be there, I will be there. I'm in the process, like I said, I don't believe in hiring people that don't care about kids. I met Mr. Anderson probably about 2 years ago. Army, right? Army, I talked to him just about helping kids in basketball. It was kind of a natural thing. He really cares about the kids. He has amazing stories that he can tell them. And to me, a person that served our country and been a part of my program was a big plug for me. And he's always shuffling kids. He's there with the kids, very much hard-nosed. He's not gonna play at the same time, but at the same time, he gives them realistic understanding of what life is and how you take that to the basketball court as well. So, Coach Reed's not here.
Parents that walked in late, if you want to, this right here is a Google form. It's just a doc that gives us some information, like their kid's jersey number they want and size, because I'm gonna go order those today, hopefully, so we can get them. So if you haven't, you can play with your phone. If you need to sit at a computer to log on, fill this out before you leave today, so we can make sure we get that done in order.
Okay. Coach Reed, which is, she will be with me with the 7th grade guys. She's in Jeff City with my younger team right now, so that's the reason why she's not here. She's actually standing in for me until I get there. But she's amazing. To me, it don't matter if you're a man or a woman. It don't matter. If you got the passion to help kids, I'm always willing to mentor and help. And that's what I'm really, really big on. And so she had opportunities to coach before, and she told me stories about when guys would let her coach, and then the guy just would come in and talk over her and get in front of her and start coaching the kids. And she would sit there and be like, I thought you told me you wanted me to coach, can I do this? And she would get disrespected. You'll hear me yelling, but I'm gonna be sitting down. But I'm gonna be there with her because I want to support her. And so for me, that's what it's about as well. And also I'm in talks with 2 to 3 coaches right now, high school coach, middle school coach, also also a dad that's played pro basketball is willing to coach. So along with the interest of our program overall, the coaches are starting to come in. And I definitely want to make sure we get a lot of seasoned coaches as well within our organizational way, so our guys can get great coaches. Because what happens is that everybody wants me to coach the kid. I rip and I run all day, but I'm only one person. My effect will be felt throughout the program. I will be at that game. I will be with those coaches. I will be getting the mentor. We will be up till late in the morning making sure your players get your kid gets the best opportunity.
We'll practice together.
We'll practice together. I'm going to be at every practice and every workout. I will be there because I'm dedicated and I want that to happen. But again, I'm one person. I cannot be 50 million players. And for me, I know that the people that I have in place and what I have going on and what I'm building is going to be long term. This is not going to be something where it's like, oh my God. It's going to be something that's really, really good for over all of our kids. And so, like I said, I'll be an intricate part in all of our teams. Besides that, we're definitely getting close to wrapping it up. We have a parent contract.
Does anybody not have it?
On there you have overall our expectations about practice. We have expectations about dress, and expectations about being at practice and things like that. This is not a contract where you sign and it's your child cannot play for another team ever. This is not that. This is just basically rules and expectations in which we want our guys to follow. I have kids, and I've had kids in the past that play for multiple teams. I don't care. I don't care if you play for, this is AU basketball, you can play for any program that you want. Your son is not signing a contract to say he's only exclusively playing for TNT. But what I do ask is that before our season starts, is that you look at this schedule that we're doing, and you let me know what he can, what he can't do. And if he can't do some things, I would like to know now. So I can expect that. But during the season, he give me a call, and I got a game about to get ready to happen, and I got 3 or 4 kids not showing up, and I'm like, okay, now we talked about this at the beginning of the season. I gave you the schedule, we went through everything. Just make sure if your son does play for multiple teams, just let us know what the schedule is, and let us know what you can and what you can't commit to. Because I'm okay with that. I am okay with that, and most countries are not. You know, I've heard coaches tell kids you can't play for that team, you can only play for us. No, your kid is, and you are not signing a contract to say you can exclusively play for that team. This is about rules. This is about expectations. This is about kind of understanding what our lingo is about and understanding what we want, and that's it. So that's what the contract is about. Also, as well, it has in there. I know with my 6th grade parents, and I'm about to go up to, I love them to death. You can go to some of these competitive games and hear people yelling, and things can get very obscene. I had a ref report to me before that a couple of parents in the stands were berating them, saying cuss words to them, things like that. And I have to address my parents. My thing is that all you guys love your kids. Like, you wouldn't be here if you didn't love your kids. and you want to see them grow, you want to give them an opportunity to play basketball. That's great. And I know as coaches, we sometimes make mistakes and things are not great and it doesn't look well. But please, do not yell, do not berate the people that's out there helping and supporting your kid. If you have a disagreement or something that you don't like, my rule is that it's kind of the 24-hour rule. Set up something with me during practice week. We can talk about it. Give me a call then. You're not talking to me the day of the game. You're not talking to me the day of the game. I am in game mode. I'm focused on competing at the highest level. I'm not worried about what else is going on right now. I'm focusing on the kids and what we can do to get better. That's what I'm focusing on. Not gonna go into the story, but a couple years ago I had a dad that his son was homeschooled and he had never played competitive basketball before. I seen he was kind of rough, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help develop him. I think we can take him. So I told the dad, I go, you know, I'm really big on being honest. Now, I don't see a kid being the best kid, but I see some skill there, so I'm gonna develop him, get him better, so he'll get some time, but it's gonna take us to get that consistent time until we make sure that he understands what he needs to do. And the dad was like, oh yeah, coach, everything's great, everything's fine. Okay, so we go to the first term, I have 5 guys not show up. So who's playing? Anybody that's there. So his son plays a lot, and we get our butt kicked because everybody's gone. And so the second tournament, everybody comes back. We just won the game by 20 points. I'm going into the stands. Now this kid we was up by 20. I got him in, he played 8 minutes. He played 4 or 5 in the first half because I'm really big on kids playing. And he played like 8 minutes the second half. So we played a total maybe 12, 14 minutes. And so it's pretty good for a game. So you got a lot of opportunity. Those guys, what I tell my guys, especially when you put it on them, you're gonna give these guys to play an opportunity to play a lot more. As soon as you get up, we're sitting you down, we're gonna get those guys in because if our whole team's good, that's what I want long term. I want everybody to play, everybody. So kid had opportunity to play. I'm walking in the stands. The dad literally comes in my face and starts screaming and yelling at me. He goes, my son needs to play. I go, yeah, he played. You know, we got him in at the end. And so I'm thinking that he's just kind of saying, man, he needs to pick it up a little bit. You know, I seen him out there. That's what I'm thinking. But then I noticed that he's in my face. And he starts to cuss at me. And he starts to yell at me. Now, if I was about 21, you take me kind of back there a little bit, it would probably be a lot different. But what I'm noticing is I see parents, I see my kids, and everybody's looking at my response.
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna do, kind of put him to the side, and he's still yelling, he's spitting and slobbering. I'm like, get my money back and blah, 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 da, 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 da. I say, sir, you know what? You will get a full refund. And please, give me my jersey because your son will not play for us no more. Thank you very much. I'm trying, literally, I left the game, went to go get him his money, he was gone. You can take it. I am not gonna let anybody berate my family, my coaches, myself. I'm not gonna deal with that. If you disagree with what's going on, please talk to me in a respectful way and I will talk to you about anything. I don't think that I'm Coach K or Dean Smith, but one thing that I am is I'm a hard worker. My wife can tell you that. I'm up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning watching seminars, drawing up plays, trying to figure out an angle for our kids to get better. And so I spend time doing that because I know that it's a learning process for me, so I keep working. It's not that I'm just satisfied with what I already have. So you won't see me yelling at your kids. Cussing at you. I'll be yelling, but it'll be positive. Usually hear me a lot say, shoot it. Shoot it, because kids have been involved with other programs, and what happens is you get the best kids to basketball and then all other kids just kind of exist. But if there are parents that have been with me before, I think Rodney's been with me before, the way that we play, what happens is that at a certain point in the season, everybody catches on. And I remember we played in the Show Me States last year, and literally every kid on that team that got in was hitting shot after shot after shot after shot. I'm talking about the ball was not stopping, the ball was moving, kids were getting it, and I was sitting on the bench, I go, usually I'm yelling, screaming, pass and shoot it. I just sat down. Because my angle is, everybody, if you work on that shot, shoot that shot. Shoot it, it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna take you out for doing something that you're working on. Now, my thing is that if you're shooting 30 of them, and you probably need to figure out your shot selection. But my thing is that if you're working on it, that's okay. So shoot the ball. You'll hear me, you will hear me scream that. Because kids will get it and they would just be so afraid to shoot the ball and not. Why are you passing it if you're open? Why? Because you're scared. Your mental, the way you play, that's what eventually happens when you play for guys that get that kid the ball. We're gonna play these 5, we're gonna sit all you down. We're gonna sit all you over here, nobody's gonna play. We're just gonna play these guys. No, that's not what I'm about. Everybody's gonna play. Now, minutes varies, but everybody will get time. Everybody will get time on the court, everybody get time to play. And so, if you're upset with that, probably need to find another program. I'm just saying. I get your kid might be the best thing since sliced bread, but my motto is everybody plays, and I have to honor that. Everybody gets an opportunity. So, besides that, I think I pretty much went over everything.
Yeah.
All right. Do I have anything else? Yes.
What Conquest is doing for us?
I did talk to everyone about Conquest Automotive. They also are going to offer anyone that is involved with our program, affiliated with our program, 10% off.
Nope, you
No.
said it wrong.
Is it 15?
Yep, so if you
15.
are a player, coach, so parent, team, they will offer you 15%.
15%.
15% off of any auto repair, oil change, anything you come in there to do. And if you have like grandparent or something, they just go in and they mention come OTNT, automatic 10% off.
And they're located on Vanderbilt Drive.
Vanderbilt Drive here in Columbia.
So, great plug. Good job, baby. Conquest. Thank you. But besides that, I think that's pretty much about it. The last thing we're going to go over is the calendar.
They have it. They have it. Hold up.
Yeah, the calendar, something kind of go over it.
It just has.
Did you do the one that you did? Because you might pull up the one that has all my stuff.
That's fine if it has all your stuff. No, I took it. Oh, you guys don't have a calendar?
No.
Okay, so I kind of remember rising in my head.
Sorry.
Mondays will be a training day for our boys.
This has everything.
This Monday coming up, we have 8th grade. I think they practice on Monday. They'll be practicing from 6 to 9. Then they'll be done for the week. We have 7th grade. They practice on I think it's Wednesday from 6 to 8. I am also coaching another team. I'm coaching the Tolton middle school team. So a lot of those boys that are on that team also play for my team. So there might be an opportunity that I might put all those boys together for a practice because everybody plays on that team. Came and at a 70% clip, everybody made it. So there might be an opportunity for that to happen. So I'm just kind of putting that out there, and so I'll let you know kind of before if that kind of changes. But after this next week, we start training with Devin on Mondays, and then we start what I call TNT Explosion, which is our fitness program. That's a program in which I developed myself where we do circuit training. The first day that they come, it will be a test day. So we'll see how many push-ups they can do, sit-ups. We'll work, we'll test their mile run. We'll also take their body weight. We'll take their height. We'll take pictures. And for me, we'll get that data of what they have in a month after the program, after they do the program. We're gonna give you where we test again, and we'll show you how good it's doing. Because my thing is that I believe in showing results and data, so you guys can know if your son was doing 5 push-ups and he's doing 10, we're doing good. We're transitioning. If his mile was 10 minutes and now it's 9.5, we're getting there. And so I don't believe in weights, for kids kind of this early. When they get to high school, they can do that. But I'm more believe in like body stuff and resistance bands and things like that, things that the kids can kind of control. As you know, we don't have a full dedicated weight room. So I can bring bags, I can bring mats, I can bring stations which my lovely wife made for me. We got them all set up. The kids will know what to do. We turn on the music, and once they get it going, they completely block me out. They're sitting there working out and they're getting it in. And so for me, they get training, they get fitness and conditioning, and they also get great coaching, and they get great tournaments. So you get a whole program. So now that brings me to the magic price. The price is $350. I was battling with $250, but again, my great team talked to me, and 350 is kind of where we bound it to. We got teams that
Well,
pay.
we gotta pay that.
Yes, and I hope long term to pay my coaches, because my coaches actually volunteer. They don't get paid. None.
Yeah, I don't get paid.
Actually volunteer. Yeah. So we got $1,000 some teams. We got 750. We got 500. I try to come at the bottom because I just don't believe in like charging like all the way. I don't want to do that. But I know we gotta have something, and we gotta have some residual so I can make some things happen. So that's what that price is more so about. If I could charge you guys $100, I'll do that.
Hey.
But we got, I know.
We get some more sponsors, we can.
I know, but if we get sponsors, like as we get sponsors, I hope to make that go down. Okay, as of right now, we don't have a lot, so I gotta make sure that we get something so we can keep our program going. So, 350 is the price. I know some parents asked me, I think a couple parents asked me, I told them, I was thinking more 250. That's kind of my thing. And then as I talked to everyone else, that was like, Tyree, doing it again. You need to. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're setting up. So 350. Won't be any more, any less. We also have a yes, sir.
Are you gonna talk about the scholarship or
Well, you can go and plug. That's what I was about to say. Go ahead.
There's a scholarship program out there for people who don't have much. We found it last year, and one of our players used it. They got $500 for the season, which covered their fee plus some shoes. I dropped the ball. I was supposed to look it up and get it to them, and I didn't. But I got it somewhere in my phone or my computer at home. I'll get that information out so anybody who doesn't have the finances, they can reach out to that organization and get a scholarship for the season.
Right, and you don't have to pay all in one whop either. Just let us know if you need to break it down to pay this much. You know, hey, I get paid this much. I'm gonna pay just a little bit at a time. All you gotta do is just talk to us, and we will figure it out. We'll work with you on it. Yes.
Does that include tournament fees?
Yep, that's
That includes
everything.
everything.
350 includes everything.
That includes training. That includes tournament fees.
Yep.
That includes everything that's involved in our program. They get all of that.
That's you don't pay no more. Yes, sir.
Venmo.
Oh yeah, we have Venmo, Cash App. Actually, I can pull up the Venmo for you guys if you want to pay.
We're no longer doing pen and paper the way I used to do it. I like pen and paper. That kind of makes it good for me. But we have a Venmo, we have Cash App, and usually what I say is that go home, think about it. You know, let us know if you want to do it, and if you don't want to do it, it's okay. If you are sure and you have the funds today, we can get that taken care of today. Yes.
How many players and how many teams are there?
We have 3 teams. One's a 7th grade team. We have 2 8th grade teams.
And there's 11 on each team.
And there's 11 on each team. As of right now, like they're kind of pushing me from the edge, and they're probably gonna like choke me out for even saying that.
I will be the one to say it. Players are still reaching out to him, wanting to put on a team. He's trying to talk about maybe making a 3rd team. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm in the thought process of if we do get more coaches, taking the guys that we have, because I'm only thinking about 1 or 2 more guys, taking the guys that we have and kind of breaking them down, and if we can make another team to where they can get optimal time, I want to do that. For me, I know that when you have guys on the bench, there are so many minutes that you can give. So I was thinking about an optimal way if we had another coach to where we can, like after we kind of see the team, see how everything works, we can make sure if we got kids that kind of at the interior, we can kind of flow and make them get optimal minutes. Like we can make sure we develop and they get a lot of time, and that'll be good for them. So it's only a good thing. They don't like it because I don't like to turn kids away. But if I take 1 or 2, it's only going to be because I'm trying to make that happen for that group. You see what I'm saying? So it's not going to be like a situation where it's like we're bringing in all these new kids. It'll be 1 or 2 kids, but we're going to take our same kids that we have and make our group get them more time. So it's really it's a plus, it's not a minus. Yes.
You know, you parents, if you think you want to help out in that coach position, that's how I started. My son sucked me into basketball. You know, it'd be a good time to learn everything because he's going to give you the system of how we do our plays. So we're getting all our teams on the same place. You don't have to make up strategy, and then all the TNT plays teams are supposed to be on the same sheet of music, so it'll make it that much easier for us.
And you know, like I said, I worked on this for years. it's worked for me. My wife had to stand there for me a couple times because I was coaching 2 or 3 teams. I gave her the substitution method. I said, baby, just do this, do this, and do this. And if this happens, do this. She stood in for me. What happened?
It really is. It really, I can tell you, as someone who has had to step in, that he really has to get down to a system. So, you know, the kids, I mean, it was to the point, and I know Stacy and Ronnie on that 7th grade team, like the kids knew when it was time to get in. Like really, all you had to do was stand there, and they subbed themselves in. Like it was a system. Everybody played. It worked well. So we try to get it down to a system.
And so, like I said again, the first part of the season is that's where I work on, and that's where I lose sleep on. Is that how many minutes do I need to give a kid? And once we get the system down and it works to where it's flowing and everybody's getting minutes, that's where the team then takes off.
Right.
Because then everybody knows their minutes, they know what they're getting, they know what they need to do. But the first part of this is kind of working it out and figuring out the kinks and kind of figuring out what lineups look like. Because some kids might look good with this lineup, or they might look good with this one. So as we figure this out, I will be working with all the groups to figure out what lineup is best.
Right.
And so on AAU team, the competitive team, I'm going to tell you is that how it goes is that everybody's good. So only 5 guys can start at a time. But just because you start, don't mean you're going to start the next game. I sometimes make lineups based upon our need and what we have and what we need. So if I see a team and I go, we need a lot of ball handlers in the game, we need a lot of shooters, we're going to stretch them out, we're going to do that. If I didn't say, you know what, they're so small, we're going to play a big lineup, I'm going to play a lot of big guys. So it just depends on the team that we play, what kind of the lineup looks like. And as I'm saying now, when I'm looking at the teams, all of them guys are really good. All of them guys are pretty good. All these guys can play basketball. So it's a good problem to have. When you asked my wife last night, we're sitting there looking, and I'm like, dang, this player's good, this player's good, this player's good, this player. I'm like, God dang, we got good teams all around.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's a good problem to have, because now when we go and play teams, even if we're a step off, we're not all the way back. We're like right there. We're right there, and we're coming. And just to give you guys our motto this year.
So we are. We're working, trying to work out a way where we can buy all the kids shirts. So well, they'll look like this, and they'll have a shirt, and it'll say TNT Reloaded. So that's
yeah,
that's the
I'm
point.
very excited about that because I believe that this is going to be a great year overall for our program. I think the kids are going to have fun. I think the adults and everybody having to do is going to enjoy it. And I just hope that, you know, at the end of the season, everybody could be like, you know what, I'm glad I put my son in the program. So,
Questions?
anything like that? Nope. You have anything, Tyrone?
So this year we're really trying to focus on the social media. We're gonna be working really hard to plug your kids and make videos. There is permission. Ask for permission out in the forums.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to like generic questions or information, we're really gonna try to plug that on social media. We have a Twitter, we have Instagram, and a Facebook.
Kids
So
like that.
announcements and stuff like that, we're really trying to put on those social media just so Coach T is not, you know, even
Well, because
texting
he
out
will
30
text
people.
message you guys, as some parents know, at 6 a.m., at 4 a.m. when he's up thinking about it. He
And-
says at 7, Rock don't. Text you all the time.
Because I don't sleep during the season.
So we're trying
I don't sleep
to
for
get away.
7
Text them
months.
all the time.
So if you have like a generic question about, you know, maybe a tournament, something like that,
Yeah.
try to ask on social media. That'll help you better. If you have a personal question, something you don't want to put on social media, definitely check Coach T. But otherwise, generic question,
Somebody else
it's
might have the same
yeah,
question.
someone else might have the answer, and that stops 30 different people from texting him the same question.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone has jobs too, so having on social media allows 5 people to be able to answer that question quick as possible, rather than, you know, waiting for Coach T to get off work to answer you.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're at Home OT. All of them is at Home TNT.
Home TNT.
All of them is just come out TNT.
And we're going to work on setting up a YouTube page today, just so we can get some longer videos and stuff, because I know a lot of social medias have limits. This meeting will also be on social media sometime today.
For parents who couldn't be here.
Yeah.
So, as of right now, as you can see, we're taking a step up. And what I'm trying to do, and what these team of people is having to do, they have not only put my program on them now, but they're going to put your kids on it. They're going to get them exposed. So they're not that 10 kid on the bench that doesn't get any time and nobody gets to see them.
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be able to see.
Yeah, because Testament, Coach Anderson, 4 boys didn't make the Gentry team in 7th grade, and they all made it after playing one season
Yeah.
with us. They all made it. Yeah, because your kid made the Gentry. And as you know, they have a big tryout. So.
And just to say, and they know this, I'm really big on loyalty. Those boys, I had a kid that has the flu. He was really he was kind of worried about not being able to try out. I already told him 3 days ago he was on the team. I already told him. If you play for my program, and I know that you're a great kid and that you're working, and I know that it all works out, there's probably an 80 to 95% clip I'm gonna take it. Because that's just me. And my thing is that those guys were here, those group of kids were here before everybody else. And me as a coach and as a person, if I get 30 or 40 good kids, I might just have to turn a couple of them away, all the way to the top, to take them. And I'll do that because they've been here. And so loyalty is really big. I'm really big on family. I'm really big on loyalty. So if your kids are very much loyal to our program, and if they're struggling, if they're not making a team here, just because they're not on this school team here, I can get you better. I'm gonna make sure I work with you. And the same thing I told those guys over the summer, the same thing was gonna happen. You do this, you work on this, when you get to school, you're gonna make the team. I guarantee you, we all make it. And so for me, that's really a success story for me, for real. Because I love to help develop, I love to help work with kids, I love to help get them better. And you know, I have parents that talk to me all the time about, man, my son just doesn't shoot, he's scared, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. I go, I got it. I know exactly what to do. Because I'm gonna give him confidence. I'm giving in practice, we shooting all day. You get it, you shoot. It don't matter, because what happens is in the game, it works. It works. And I don't care about, like I said again, I don't care about if your son is at the top of the top or he's at the bottom of the bottom. He's gonna play, we're gonna work with him, he's gonna get better. Overall, our program, I think, is setting up things to help everyone get to that level to where they can see some success. In my perspective, the end of it would be kids going to college, get opportunities to play. Like my wife's, okay, baby. Okay, baby. I know, baby. Gotta get her. The end of it would be kids being able to get scholarships and go to college. I would love to facilitate that. So.
Is anyone having an issue with the link or haven't filled it out? So try and get their jerseys ordered today.
So, does anybody need to come up and take a picture of them real quick before
Yes.
I take that down?
Practice will be here.
All practice will be here.
Our practice will be here. There will be. I'm going to talk to Rachel McCarthy, which she's the assistant principal about her high school. Sometimes we get about her high school, so if I'm able to kind of work it out with her, and we can use it. I love a gym with bigger space. So if we could get more gym spaces, so maybe we can get practice in kind of early, to where we don't have to have them later on in the week. So, thank you guys. Thank you for coming, please.